Green card holders, this is not a drill. USCIS just made a move in August 2025 that absolutely no one saw coming. A brand new rule was quietly rolled out, and it's already creating serious panic. If you're a lawful permanent resident and think your renewal will go as smoothly as before, think again. Because as of now, the rules have changed, and if you're not prepared, your status, your job, even your path to citizenship could be at risk. We're talking about stricter reviews, random interviews even for long-time residents, and surprise document requests that are catching people completely off guard. And here's the worst part. Some applicants are now receiving renewal holds while their entire immigration history is re-examined. That means months of delays, stress, and in some cases, even the threat of losing work authorization. Yes, it's that serious. And this didn't come with a big press release or a major headline. USCIS made the change with little warning. Why? What's really behind this sudden shift? Is this part of Trump's broader 2025 immigration crackdown? And most importantly, could this affect you? In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what this new policy means, who's most at risk, what red flags you need to watch out for, and what you can do right now to stay protected. And trust me, there's one tiny detail in the new guidance that most people are missing, and it could make or break your entire renewal. So whatever you do, don't click away. This video could be the difference between peace of mind and months of legal headaches. And hey, if you care about your future in the US, do one thing real quick. Hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach more immigrants who need this urgent warning. Stay with me, because this gets more shocking the deeper we go. Now, let's break it all down, because the changes that just came from USCIS in August 2025 aren't just small adjustments. No, this isn't a minor update buried in paperwork. This is a fundamental shift in how green card renewals are handled across the United States. And it's already catching thousands of people off guard, people who thought they were doing everything right, following every rule, checking every box. But now, they're being told that their renewal needs further review, or worse, that their history needs to be re-examined before they can even move forward. And that's the kind of thing that keeps people up at night, especially if they've built their entire lives here. So what exactly has changed? Well, under the new August 2025 USCIS Directive, the process of renewing a green card, what used to be considered fairly routine for most long-time residents, is now undergoing a deeper level of scrutiny. And I'm not just talking about delays. I'm talking about mandatory biometric rescreenings, unexpected in-person interviews, and a new layer of identity verification that goes beyond what's been required for decades. Some applicants are now being asked to submit additional proof of continuous residency, employment history, and even updated travel records that go back years. And the worst part? None of this was announced in advance. No warning. No transition period. Just a new memo, and boom, the rules are different. What this means is that green card holders who have traveled frequently, or those who have lived abroad for extended periods, even for family emergencies or work obligations, might now be viewed through a different lens. In previous years, as long as you didn't exceed 6 months outside the US in a single stretch, you were generally safe. But under this updated policy, USCIS officers now have more discretion to flag possible abandonment of residency, even for shorter trips, if they believe your ties to the US aren't strong enough. And let's be honest, who keeps every boarding pass, utility bill, or employer letter from 5 years ago? Most people don't. But now it could be the difference between a smooth renewal and months of painful delays. And yes, let's talk about those delays. Processing times have already begun creeping up in many service centers. People who submitted their I-90 forms expecting a 6 to 8 month wait are now being told to expect up to 12 months or more for a final decision. For applicants who are also waiting on job renewals, mortgages, or travel documents, this isn't just a waiting game, it's a massive disruption. Imagine being stuck, unable to work or travel, just because your routine renewal is sitting in a queue waiting for someone to decide whether your past travel makes you less eligible than you were before. It's frustrating, it's anxiety-inducing, and frankly, it's not what lawful permanent residents were told to expect when they entered the system. Now, you might be wondering, why is this happening now? Why August 2025? And the answer isn't just one thing. It's a combination of political shifts, security concerns, and a broader immigration reform push under the Trump administration's second term. The rhetoric has been building for months about tightening the system, restoring integrity, and eliminating fraud. Whether you agree or disagree with the politics, the result is the same: more hoops to jump through, more pressure on law-abiding immigrants, and more fear for families who just want to stay here in peace. There's also something else going on behind the scenes. USCIS is now using enhanced AI-driven systems to cross-check immigration records with travel logs, employer databases, and even digital footprint data in some cases. That means any inconsistencies, no matter how small, can now trigger a flag in your file. Maybe your listed employment dates don't match exactly with what's in a payroll database. Or maybe your travel records don't align perfectly with what you wrote in your original application. Before, those small things might have been overlooked or clarified with a quick letter. Now, they can trigger full-scale reviews, interview requests, and even notices of intent to deny. And the burden of proof? That's on you. But here's what makes this even more stressful. The communication from USCIS hasn't kept pace with the policy change. Many applicants are still receiving automated emails that say, "Your case is under normal processing times," even when delays stretch far beyond a year. Others are being told to attend interviews without any explanation of why they were selected. And when they show up, officers ask questions that make it feel more like an investigation than a renewal, questions about travel, employment, even family ties. For someone who's lived here legally for 15, 20, or 30 years, it can feel like starting from scratch. It's not just inconvenient, it's insulting. And yet, it's happening more and more. Now let's talk about the group that's being hit hardest by this: elderly immigrants, low-income green card holders, and those with limited English skills. Many of them don't have lawyers. They don't check USCIS updates weekly. They don't have scanned copies of every form they've ever submitted. And when a new rule comes out of nowhere, they're left completely unprepared. These are people who've paid taxes, raised families, and lived quiet, honest lives, now suddenly facing a wall of bureaucracy they're not equipped to climb. And unless someone tells them what's going on, or helps them prepare, they might find themselves stuck in a renewal limbo with no clear end in sight. What makes this even more frustrating is that USCIS hasn't updated its official I-90 form or renewal instructions to reflect all the new review procedures. So even if you're trying to follow the rules, the guidance is outdated. And if you make a mistake, leave out a supporting document, forget to upload travel history, or don't respond quickly enough to a request for evidence, your case can be delayed or denied. And let's be clear, once your green card expires, it opens a door to all kinds of problems. You might not be able to work. You might not be able to renew your driver's license. In some states, you might even be denied healthcare access if your card is no longer valid. The knock-on effects are real, and they hurt the most vulnerable the hardest. And let's not ignore the psychological toll. Many green card holders live in constant fear that one small error, one missed detail, could derail everything. They worry about traveling to see sick relatives abroad. They hesitate to change jobs or move house, worried that a single address change could confuse USCIS and cause problems. Living in the US should not feel like walking on eggshells, but for many, that's exactly what it's become in 2025. So what can you do? First, stay informed. Watch this video all the way through. Share it with your friends and family. Because knowledge is power, and in a system that changes with little warning, staying one step ahead can make all the difference. Second, gather your documents now. I mean all of them: your travel history, employment records, Tax filings, lease agreements, utility bills, everything. USCIS may not ask for all of it, but if they do, you'll be ready. Third, if you're even remotely unsure about your case, talk to an immigration attorney. Yes, it might cost something upfront, but compared to the cost of delays or denials, it's often worth every penny. And finally, speak up. This isn't just happening to you. It's happening to your neighbors, your coworkers, your classmates, your community. The more we talk about it, the harder it becomes for these changes to go unnoticed or unchallenged. This country was built by immigrants, and we deserve a fair, transparent, and humane process, not one that changes overnight without warning. So stay with me, because in the rest of this video, we're diving deeper into how these policies are playing out across different states, how some applicants are fighting back and winning, and what future changes could be coming before the end of 2025. Trust me, it's not over yet. There's more you need to know, and the next few minutes could save you months, if not years, of headaches. And again, if you haven't already, do me and your community a favor. Hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, but it helps this video reach more people who are in the same situation, people who might otherwise be left in the dark.